we have to we have to take advantage of the window of opportunity. Know what I mean? And sometimes we're, overlooking the opportunity, expecting more downside, and it kind of mess you up when it's like, oh, I want more downside, and then the downside don't come. It pop up for a minute, and then you be like, dang, I missed out on the call. You shouldn't have to go back and forth. Green days buy puts, red days buy short-term calls, get 30% and keep moving. Now, I mean, hopefully we're paying attention to that. So what my assessment is 350 puts June 24th if we break under 364.56. But if we hold that area where it's at now, and just this is every level, I'm gonna catch every level, and I'm gonna keep on being like, well, if we hold here, we can have a retest towards 390. I'm gonna continue to try to play this retest area because look at history, everything gave you a retest, right? So when this didn't hold at 3989, gave you a retest up here to 318. It did that long consolidation from 307 up to 315. Remember this area here, and then it dropped off again. We're looking for that same type of movement, downside, retest, maybe some more downside, right? So that's the pattern I'm starting to pick up on. Same thing here. It did a retest here, dropped down drastically, did a full retest again, dropped down, but once it broke below that area, it came down some more. So just continue to look for those patterns. Of course, the downtrend is still intact. Nothing haven't changed in the weekly chart. So, we're still on downside. But you could trade and you can take advantage of these small areas of retest. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was like, you can get a 350 put under the 364, or you can get a $400 call if we continue to hold. And I'll say the 400 call will work a little better around 370. You feel what I'm saying? So if we just stay consistent, I know it sounds far-fetched, but what I'm counting on is some of these gaps, with this earnings coming at the end of the month, first of the month vibe should be coming back around. I told you I will look out for the end of the month. Let's go into the next month a little bit bullish, especially with 4th of July around the corner. This is, Gap City. So $400 call for mid-July is not a bad idea if you were trading it up to about 391. You feel what I'm saying? See how I go test that 391. So continue to trade every level, find out where your zones is at, and continue to watch out for the zones. You feel what I'm saying? So let's see how I go. Now, I mean, keep it simple. Set your alerts on your phone. Write your notes down, do what you guys got to do, and just stay consistent. You know what I mean? FedEx does have earnings this week. They made a huge move last week, so got to go back into it and make sure we're paying attention. My resistance level is 231. My target price is 237, and that's if earnings come out pretty well. If not, we always going to want to do some straddles on the earning dates. So you can always do what 200, 210 put. Now I mean 205 put just for the earnings, and you could do like a 240 call. Now I mean, keep it real simple. I'm not trying to go crazy on FedEx, but I do see some signs of being bullish. Overall downtrend on the 1 day is breaking. That's from downtrend from last year around this time all the way till now. That is breaking. So that is a sign of a nice bullish move should be coming. Hopefully there's a lot of gaps in here also on the 1 day, but hopefully we can get a nice little bullish move. Here go the 1 week chart. Another, huge bullish candle coming in on the 1 week, breaking that overall downtrend on FedEx. They did announce that they're paying more money on dividends. So we should, if we pop, we may pop up to 260. We may get away with it, but let's pay attention to it and see how it go. With earnings coming up this week, they may have, a little traction before earnings. I told you guys, if we have that move before earnings, you can count on some downside, so you can get away with a 210 put or a 205 put if you like that. So let's see what FedEx got going on. You got to keep an eye out on XOM, man. I think XOM has been the most consistent stock throughout the market, and then it gave you a huge downside just on Friday on the 1 week. It dropped drastically. Support level is around $84.43. I'm looking forward to have a nice little bounce back up, hopefully. $100 calls coming in for July 15th. Again, I'm going all the way to July 15th just to see what the first week of July brings. I'm not going July 15th to say I'm holding this till July 15th because the market is bearish. I'm just trying to see what that first of the month vibes look like. And if I can get in this week, that'll be a good look. So my target entry is $84. If it breaks below 84, then we can do $70 puts or $75 puts going towards the same date. So I'll have both on the list just to see what happened at 84. And then you'll be able to make a decision on what you want to do from there. And again, that $75 area is the 50-day moving average. So we may be able to come down and test that area. Again, I'm going back on the watch list. I'm bringing up things that we haven't talked about in a while that been getting beat now. Walmart, I'm not looking for huge recoveries right now. I'm just trying to take advantage of small opportunities. But I'm also looking towards their next earnings cycle. So if Walmart is at 118 and we're seeing that Walmart is bouncing off of 118 consistently, used to be resistance back in 2019. Now it's becoming a nice support from 2020. Let's see if it holds this area, right? Again, if we start getting more candles on this, the 1 week chart, let's go down to the 4 hour. Come on, Walmart. There you go. Here go the 4 hour chart. Notice that we are bouncing off this multiple times. We may go retest the 129. So that's why, again, I got Walmart on the list. I'm trying to look at the 130 call for August. I mean, because if we do have a nice return back up to the 126s, we may be able to see that 129 again. And guess what? We'll be in a 130 call. And every contract I've researched is pretty much reasonable price on the call side. And again, I'm not saying that the market is going to become fully bullish again. I'm just trying to see what these retests look like. Notice that we popped up here and retest that area for once on the 4 hour. And we came back down to the 118. Hopefully we get another pop up here again. So just pay attention to it. I'm not saying it's going to be super bullish, but I'm going to watch it. Again, below 118, if it start breaking down below 117, 116, blase, you can do a 105 put or a 110 put. It may be a little bit expensive, but that'll definitely pay out if it start breaking down. So every chart, I'm just seeing what the retest look like. We in retest cycle time, right? It's the end of the month, first of the month vibes. Let's see what happens. A lot of earnings this week. I mean, coming up soon. Nike on June 27th, MU on June 30th, JP Morgan on July 14th, Wells Fargo July 15th, Carnival Cruise Line June 24th, Walgreens is the 30th of this month. So just paying attention to a couple of those. Let's talk about Nike real quick. Nike is a good company that's getting beat down drastically. Also, I know a lot of people, the shoe game is going crazy these days. But here we go. So we've seen the little downside. We've seen the bounce off of this support once before. It ran up and tested the 122 double top here. And now we're back at that area once again. I just want to see a move, hopefully, if we get back to the 115 for earnings. But I want to be able to have some time just in case we break the 115 and go retest that 123. So I'm looking at Nike July 15th calls for earnings. And on the put side, you can do a $90 put. I'm not trying to go extremely far away from, where it's supposed to be. We may see 90 on Nike, depending on how earnings come out. Again, day of earnings calls and puts is ideal. But if you like the 130 for July, that should work out. Even if we pop up the 115, we're going to have so much time on those contracts that we should have a nice little workout coming in. But you notice that we do got some reversal candles coming in to go down to the 15. It look like it is holding that 105 area pretty well. Small little gaps on the 15 all the way up to about 113. So I'm going to be paying attention to Nike, especially for the earnings coming up this week. MU, AMD and NVIDIA had great earnings. So I'm expecting them to have some type of recovery. So I'm paying attention to the $60 call, $75 call for July. or the $90 call for September. And I'm not saying this is going to actually work, but I'm definitely going to be paying attention. So on the put side, we're looking for a $40 put or a $45 put, and put direct those towards the same date. If we straddle, so you notice that we broke below it, of course, on the 15, go down to the 4-hour. We kind of added on the 4-hour. So we are picking up on some green candles here. It looked like we are trying to get back above that 55, 83, or where is that kind of right now. And we can probably see a nice little retest towards that 58. So that's why I'm getting a little bit, $60 call, $75 call. Even if we see a nice move towards the 58 and 60, those should be able to cash out because we have time on the contracts. Hopefully it go recess to 60. That would be a good look. Notice where it kind of consolidated at. But let's see what happened. But notice how them RSIs is dropping super low, giving small windows of opportunity on the upside. So let's see what happened. And that's just straight off of charting. I don't know what the earnings going to be like. Usually MU do have a good earnings around this time of year. So let's see what happened. JP Morgan. Here go JP. It came all the way down to our 113 area. We're below that now. We're at 112. This is a long-term, good quality business. Definitely a good quality business. If JP comes now, notice where these levels are hitting at. This used to be resistance all the way back here. Then in 2019, it broke above and ran up to about 137. And then here go pandemic, of course, drops it off. And then, the low for pandemic is around the 83. There is a gap here between 102 all the way up to about where is that now. So of course, for earnings, you're gonna have to plan on a straddle. But since earnings are already in July, if this continue to go down, I'm definitely gonna be looking at that 130 for earnings for July 15th, and their earnings is on the 14th. So, getting them, while they're super cheap, we may get some traction the first week of July. Remember, first of the month vibes. We may get a nice little pop back up here to 128. But I'm definitely trying to see if I'm, taking advantage of these discounts while they're here. So, again, if we break down lower, we may be able to see 100. Pandemic price is 84. So let's see what happens. And notice how it went from 84 up to 170. That was a crazy move from JP Morgan, and they pay good dividends. So there's going to be a high watch going into this week also. CCL has gotten beat down drastically, and the earnings is coming up this week also. This is pandemic price that we're at now. It kind of bounced off of that pandemic price of $8 and some change, 831 to be exact. So I was just looking at a $10 call, nothing too serious. My target is just for the retest towards the 1010. But being at this price so cheap, the September 16th $10 call are at a good price. So again, if we see a nice little pop up here, that'll be great. If we don't, if we break below 831, you're definitely going to see some more downside. This may become a penny stock. Penny stock is classified any stock under $5. So we may see some drastic downside, but I think we're going to have a good earnings on CCL. We might be surprised. A lot of people been outside. So again, I keep reminding y'all, people are outside. Some of these companies, we're just going to be a good test for them for this this earnings quarter. If to see if we're actually going for a full-fledged recession, or these companies are actually making money. Revenue is going to be on a high watch. Like that's what's going to be, usually it'd be the outlook on, what's to come in the future. But right now, I think people want to see what company is making money. And that's what they're going to start making decisions on. Right. But yeah, just a quick little $10 call. Of course, entry area would have been best at $8.77, because it's already bopped up to about $9.58. But let's pay attention to that for sure. We may be getting a huge discount. We may get another breakout towards 14. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to be paying attention to these low prices. And then this is based on, earnings, first of the month vibes coming up. I'm just going off of that. I'm not, so I'm not trying to say the market going to die, because I want to see a pop up. If the market going to die, I want the market to be green before I get a good put. Know what I mean? So if it's gonna die, I want to be dying on a green day. Know what I mean? So um Apple. Again, gotta throw Apple in there. I love Apple. Um, been talking about Apple for forever. Shoot, they have messed up my lines. So it's a huge downtrend on there for sure. But we're right at the 130, 156 support. Below that is 119. So again, Apple is holding up this 131. We may go see a nice pop up again. Notice how every stock has a nice little pop up. That's all we're trying to take advantage of is the nice little pop up. I'm not trying to just say it's going to be full-fledged bullish, but I was looking at Apple 140 calls just because the resistance at 141. And then I was looking at 115 puts because that downside is going towards the 119. And they all leaning towards the same expiration date, 7/15. So everything is mid-July. So even if the first of the month vibes does give you that 141 pop, you can, buy it here, take advantage of that 141, whatever, up to about 137, 136, make a couple dollars here, and then go for the 115 put if it does break back down. So they give you an idea of both ways of you can doing it. But whatever you guys want to do, I'm just watching out for these retest areas. I'm watching out for these gaps. That was a whole bunch of gaps last week. And I'm taking advantage of what the market gives. For the people that just joined, we ain't talking about much. Boeing was a huge one. I felt like, that's giving out multiple opportunities. I know we can't keep up with them all, but we definitely got to set that alert towards that 117 because notice how we just keep getting the opportunity from there and we can play that 130 call. So that's a huge watch going into this week, seeing what it does here, where you can do the 115 put, or you can, do whatever you want to do if it continue to break up. So that's pretty much it, man. I really ain't got much. How do you guys do last week? How's everything was going? I think we had a pretty good week to start off. I think everybody should make their money Monday and Tuesday.
I did pretty good. I got into a bunch of the $9 Carnival calls. I'm still holding. I did July 1st expiration.
Perfect. And their earnings is on the 24th. So that's good.
24th, yeah.
Up you early. Makes sense.
Hey Dave, what was the RSI on Apple? You mind checking real quick?
Yeah, for sure. And we went over these earnings calls, last week too. So this is the same stuff from last week, just regurgitating it. Our RSI is sitting at the let me move this up. 36. So we're right there. On decision making time. Another thing with the RSI you guys can do, I don't know if you guys got Yahoo Finance, but guess what? You can do quadrant lines on the RSI. So you could do the same thing, kind of put that in there, kind of, see what levels you're at, see what the effects every time it breaks above this 46 RSI. It has a nice little bullish move, or once it come down to at least 22 on the RSI, it kind of reverses and give you a small area window of trade. No, don't forget that. Anybody else?
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, for sure. And literally, there's so many. The earnings season is coming right back around. So again, we just seen what Walmart and Target did on the downside. Those 40,000% contracts went crazy. What are we prepared for going into this season? Right? It's the same stuff over and over. Just don't be afraid to take advantage of it. Straddle is the idea. We just did the straddle on Oracle. We won on the top side. It worked. So just continue to plan for that. Especially when earnings season come around, you can really make a lot of money on doing earnings. So all the people that felt like they was losing for the last couple of weeks, this may be your time for recovery.
Dave, two things. You want to check out Amazon for me, please?
Oh, Amazon.
I told everybody to wait on Amazon. Hopefully people, took heed to that idea. I know Amazon gonna be $300-400 in the next couple of years, but why not wait for the best price? 102 is the bottom. It's kind of hovering above 102. We're looking for a break above 109. I was looking at Amazon too, looking at a 120 call for Amazon. If it breaks over 109, maybe so. Yeah, because there's a gap there, up to 109. So it may go test that 109. I'm gonna watch that area drastically. But 102 is the bottom
Gotcha.
so
And
far.
the
So
last one
far.
is Fang. I just seen it not too long ago. The RSI on that is extremely low.
On Fang.
Yes.
Oh, Diamondback.
Yeah.
I ain't heard them in a minute. I
I
like
haven't heard about them
though.
in forever, bro. Dang. Damn, we haven't looked at Diamondback in forever. That's crazy.
That's because we've been looking at Devon Energy, all these other energy companies.
Right.
I just be up scrolling, researching, and I came across it.
Let me look at the volume real quick. The volume is up there. It's okay. They got earnings coming up. That what it says? Oh no, they already did it. The next one is coming up in August. That's interesting. The bottom
Like I
of
said,
this one was like $25, and then now it's at 121. Pandemic price was $25. That's crazy.
In November too, not even that long ago.
Oh no, that was 2020. This is November.
Oh, okay.
This is August.
Yeah, what was it?
August. It was $68. That's still
Still almost doubled.
right, exactly. So the height of
That
it
was
was at
good.
no, the height of it was 161. So you could have got in at 60. And then
That's
sold at
crazy.
161. Yeah, that's crazy.
What's that red moving average?
Oh, this red one right here, or this the 8-day. The pink one is the 50-day moving average. The blue one is the moving average, and the green one is the 200-day moving average. Hopefully, it get a bounce off the 50-day moving average here at 117, and then you'll be able to see a nice retest towards that. I ain't gonna go too far fast, about 142. But I don't know how I gotta watch how it move. I haven't watched this one in forever, so I'm gonna have to watch how it move. But
I got you.
yeah, for sure. But
I don't
again,
know, man. It's
energy,
like it might be headed to 100.
yeah, the energy took a hit. You know what I mean? Took a hit this week too. So is that again questions that you got to answer? Is that a discount? Is this a slowdown? Are we gonna get recovery? Like energy been moving for the last 6 months. Know what I mean? Really 8 months since last year, October, has been pretty much set. Know what I mean? So how is it gonna work out? That's what you got to pay attention to. The bottom 122 on the 1 week, resistance is around 155. Go down to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, I think we're gonna have some more downside. I don't really see a huge reversal sign so far. But yeah, it hit that level so many times. It hit that 121 so many times. So we may see some downside. What's wrong? Okay, here.
Every time I keep doing it.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, little dude. What you doing?
Look,
Here.
you're not working.
There you go.
Look, you're not working. Every time I keep
Oh, you already used all your coins, dude.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Okay, it's okay. Okay.
Yeah, I see some continuation down on it too.
Yeah, I think it's gonna drop some more. You feel me? It's about time for energy to slow down. So if this drop, majority of them may drop. Watch out for that 111. Should be the next level. Should be.
Since you're talking about energy, I said I was gonna follow Charge Point, but after comparing charts with Blink, I think I'm gonna actually trade on Blink this week. If you could go ahead, let me get your opinion on Blink.
Okay, for sure. Charge point so far though, looking for yeah, it's still in that downtrend.
Yeah, see, it was like in between. I couldn't really figure nothing out. There wasn't nothing clear to me, so I went to the next company.
Yeah, for sure. We may go the one $11.87 is that holding point for the trend line. So if you watch that area for a buy or put or a call, that should be ideal. Let's go look at BLNK. And just keep it simple this week. This is the earnings season coming back around again. I'm gonna repeat myself. Earnings season coming back around. It is okay to wait for your trade. You don't have to wake up and trade every day. It's okay to wait for your time. And I'm proud to say that. You feel me? Because when you wait for your time and you wait for your plan to work, it work out better for you in your situation. So I don't have to wake up and be like, let's hurry up and trade anything. I just take my time. And you would have some good swings this week if you would have got puts on green days and got calls on red. You would have some good swings. The craziest thing about it, you could have bought some $400 call for July and swung it up to when it ran up that one day. It would have worked out for you. So,
Mommy,
she calling? What's up, babe? Hold on. Hey, I'm doing my live, babe.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hang on. So bottom support on BLNK. I wanted to, 1447 is ideal. Of course, that's the 4-hour lines. The green lines is the ones I just did, which is a shorter 4-hour time, I guess you can call it, from this resistance down to here. Target should be $18.14. It hit that multiple times right there. You notice that support got hit 4 times. You know what I mean? That's a multiple bottom. A look for a break above the $16.15. And then 17.16 again, and then right back. 18 should be your target. 18.14. Now, I mean, if we can break that 18.14, we may be able to see 20, but 18.14 should be your target so far. And that's off of that same bottom support, $14 entry, $17 exit.
Yeah. One more, Cat, man. I said something about Cat, and I didn't grab the put, but I said something in the group. I was like, I don't see any reason for Cat to hold 200. I see it below 200. I say David will probably tell you at 195, go get the 210 July call.
Bro, listen. My notes are still in here, boy. That one, it was what? How much we paid? Like $20, bro. Like, bro.
$20, $25. It was cheap.
You understand, bro? Like, it turned to 1,300. Like, I'm not making it up, bro. Like, that's why I'll be okay with not trading. When you could turn $25 to $1,000, bro, I'm okay, bro. I'll be so okay, bro. Like, I do not mind.
And, they just increased that dividend. They got an earnings coming up. I think we see the same numbers.
Let me see. So again, I had a trend line in here. It did break above resistance just recently in the beginning. Again, first of the month vibes. It ran up to 230. Then from that 230, we had that full downside. Your entry should be at least between 180 and 186. I think we're going to be able to see those again. And then let's win earnings. Say July 28th through the 1st. So end of the month of July. The ex-dividend date is in July 19th. So I think people are going to buy in for that ex-dividend date.
Yeah.
We may be able to get what we want, honestly. We may be able to get what we want. Let me go see some options. I ain't really see no option. Oh, sure.
And I think I'll put out the 197.50 put. We talked about it maybe a week ago or two.
Yeah.
We talked about it going to the downside. I don't know. I'm waiting on that entry on it, man, for the retest of the highs.
No, for sure.
I think 180. I'm with you on that 180. I just wanted to see what you was gonna say.
No, yeah, 180. I think that's to be another great entry for the same trade over and over. We've seen it run up to 230. That was just 2 weeks ago. It ran to 230. I mean, so again, the tech sector is getting hit. It's not the whole market. I mean, whole market pretty much, yes, it looked crazy down, but we've seen the same levels that we seen last month. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's a lot of good trades still out here. You just got to look for them. I mean, I know it take a little bit of time, but it works. If we can go August.
Ken and Lou been talking about at 350, the activity around that 350 spot put for the longest. I'm wondering, is that where the market sees spot at the bottom, 350? I ain't heard nothing about nothing below 350.
I don't know.
Maybe I heard 330 every now and then.
Until we get below 364, I'm just going day by day, week by week, until we start breaking supports. Then the next level comes, and then you get the next levels from what you got from last year. I just continue to say, look, just like when it was at 407, that consolidation was the best opportunity for puts, the best. So now we just going to continue to look for consolidations and do the same thing. Again, it's so easy because consolidation shows itself on so many different time frames. But if you could trade off consolidation, then decision, then you'll be fine. Know what I mean, even if it's in the midst of a dip and it's continue to dip and you can't find a consolidation when you go to 80 downside, when you go to different time frames, it's okay. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but once you notice any type of consolidation, that's a good sign of whatever direction you want to choose. It does what it does. Know what I mean? So I don't be caring. Know what I mean, I don't think of it that much. Know what I mean? So here go Cat 715s. Oh, they said, yeah.
I hate they be expensive. So
They kind of expensive. Yeah, for sure. I just want to get that 180 entry. Again, 180 entry is ideal. You know what I mean? So the more it come down, the better for the people that want to see it come up. And then you can be able to take advantage of whatever ex-dividend date come around the mid area. First of the month vibes might be real. I'm not saying it's going to be real. It's been real 2 months in a row. Let's see if we hit again. You feel me? Everybody should make all their money the first week of every month and should be done. Know what I mean? But it's either here or there, man. Let's see what happens. I see 210s, 220s. They're up there, but hopefully those prices get cut in half once we see some more downside. If we can get that 180, 181,
yeah,
that'd be great. And it's the same thing we did last time. Look how many times it did the same thing. Like, you can't even deny the consistency in this chart. No, I mean, it just does the same thing over and over, just over and over. It just does the same thing. So I'm not saying the market gonna be a crazy bullish, but I'm just gonna pay attention. Bitcoin back over 20,000 after having that drastic drop. That's also a sign too, man. People might be buying in on Bitcoin. Look at that 19,000. You know what I mean? Hit off 19, once it got back, we broke below 19, actually. It went to 17 and some change. That's where my support was at 19. Here go my 1 day chart. You know what I mean? Bitcoin kind of played around every area. So this is crazy. A lot of people going to be paying attention to Bitcoin. A lot of people going to be paying attention to the market as a whole. This month is a big month. I'm telling y'all, June is decision-making month for real. For real, man. This is probably the biggest month, in the stock market other than September. September always going to give you a discount.
yeah, that Blink earnings. That play I was talking about. I looked at it last year when they had earnings in June and they went crazy. And it's like, looking at history likes to repeat itself with the market. So
Right. Yeah.
that's good.
And don't forget, dude, if you're like, skeptical about doing options, buy whole shares. There's nothing wrong with it. You feel what I'm saying? It's cool. It's cool to buy whole shares. Here go the earnings coming out this week.
I've been holding whole shares of Blink for about 2 years.
Now you over.
I'm getting my head beat off though. But
Listen.
shit, I'm just loading up.
Listen, I already know BLNK went crazy one time during the 2 years. I know they hit.
Oh yeah, they went crazy. They ain't doing crazy right now though.
No, yeah, for sure. It's just
I'm bullish on them long term. That's a 5-year play right there.
No, for sure. That's the focus, and that should be the focus when you're going long. You gotta have at least a 5-year plan. Don't be scared when you see it drop a little bit because your plan is 5 years. Remember, so be confident when you average down or when you buying some more whole shares. Be confident. But yeah, a couple earnings out this week again. Nike, United Health, ACN, MU, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. So earnings is coming back up. We're back around the earnings season. You know what I mean? This is the best way to make big trades. It go up or down. It can go either way, but just be prepared, right? It only makes sense. So even if you felt like you've been getting your butt kicked for the last couple of weeks, Oracle set the tone. They gave us a nice little trade. We took advantage of that. Adobe dropped down. Came down about 340. So pay attention to these things and pay attention to Adobe on the recovery. I mean, it could recover that $400 area. So that's the best thing about earnings. Even if you don't trade the earnings, you can wait for the direction and then go see it on your chart. If the RSI is too low, if the RSI is too high, then you can take advantage of that also. So pay attention. Ideal for the people that's buying options, ideal options is in the money options. in the money options is ideal during this time because it's a little bit way more safer than buying out of the money options. So, you know, for the earnings, yes, I do got a lot of out of money stuff. I get it. But if you do some weekly stuff, try to buy it close to the money as possible. You know what I mean? So when you get your 30%, you can be out of there and you don't have to really stress about it as much. You know what I mean? So pay attention to that also. All them IPOs that dropped 2 years ago, go back and research those again. Airbnb, I looked at Airbnb. Just going back and paying attention to some of these bottoms. We know that these companies are still making money. Look at this bullish engulfing on the one day on Airbnb. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we may have a nice recovery out of Airbnb. I don't want nobody to miss out on just windows of opportunity. Sometimes you gotta go back into your bag and go back to the things that you trade. Huh?
Some gap downs too, right?
Yeah, gap downs. A lot of gap downs in this. I mean, we may have a nice little bounce up this week. So let's see what happens. It's a gap down on the 1 week. It's a gap down on the 1 day. But these are newer IPOs that's getting beat down. Don't forget about them. Go back into all them IPOs that got released, and then let's see how it move. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of discounted IPOs. Look at this whole thing right here. Zoom is you know, target price is 130. Look at them getting beat down. PLTR is at $8. They getting beat down. Snow is at 119. DoorDash is at $61. Like, do not be afraid to go back into your book, you know, go back into your old watch list and start paying attention to some of these beat down companies that you know that's going to be profitable coming up in a couple more years. So anybody else got
Hey,
questions?
look at Shopify.
Let's look at Shop. Oh yeah, Shopify at the bottom of the support is already broken below the bottom support on the 1 week. It may have some more downside. I'm gonna have to pick up some more knowledge from over here. See where the bottom is at. So let me see. So according to 2019, which is the only time we have this area that's, you know, where it's kind of bouncing off of or whatever. Put those lines in there. Put those in there. And then that one, that'll be straight. And then scroll back over. So it looked like 244. Wow, that's a bit much. 295 is the support where it's supposed to hold. If it break below 295, it's already below the monthly. So, you know, $349 is the monthly. It's already below that. So, you know, it's at 317 though. So it kind of bounced up off the 395 area right here. But watch that retest towards 349. It may do a retest. Look for a break above 330. It may do that retest toward 349. That's a tight window. That's another tight window. Let me go to the 15, and then you can add in some 15-minute lines though. Yeah, about 330. That's where the resistance was right here. So that should be your target so far. I mean, it did a nice bounce off of 300. I mean, it did a nice little bounce here into consolidation. Looking like the moving averages are crossing. Hopefully it can bounce back above this 8-day moving average. So 323, then 330, and then 349. But once it broke 349, look at that move though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, those are the moves you want to see. And don't be weary when you're not confident if it's something's broken below or broken above. No, it's always going to do a retest. So it's going to break below it, and then it's going to retest that area. That should give you confidence. Once it gets this candle should give you confidence. You feel what I'm saying? So this 930 on the 13th, 930 on the 13th, boom, it's dying. You know what I mean? But at 4 a.m., they gave you the clue already. This is pre-market 4 a.m. in the morning. You already got the clues on what you need to do. You feel me? It gave you the retest. It gave you a gap down. Then it gave you that, you know, a big solid sell-off bar right here. And then when the market opened up, it gave you another drop. And then from there, you got, you know, from 325 already down about 300. You know what I mean? And then it bounced here, retested that same area where it was kind of lingering during the pre-market. So don't feel like you miss out when you see a break below. All of them usually do a retest or some type of consolidation. You know what I mean? Then it makes the decision. And that's usually what happens all the time. You can see the retest right here. Small window of opportunity. You know what I mean? Right there, boom. And then your confirmation of more downside. Look where that candle starts at on that next day at 4 a.m. It starts right at your bottom support. You know, if you call it that, look at that. It starts right there. So that should be more of a confirmation area, that 340, but you should know that it's going to drop drastically from just seeing this. I know it's hard to tell sometimes, but usually the stocks does the same thing. Look at that, old support, new resistance, old resistance, new support, same stuff. Just keep on doing it. Keep on working on the craft, guys.
All right, what you got highlighted, that quadrant right there.
This right here, this is, yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I was saying, all right, so you got it highlighted. Before you had a bearish drop. It did the consolidation right there, retested that level, and then another bearish drop.
Right.
Do you see how after it broke below the monthly level, it came back, retested the monthly level,
Yeah.
and then dropped? So
Yeah.
basically a good put. Do you think if it was the opposite, all right, so if it came down, tested the monthly level, or it tested the monthly level right at the level, and
Yeah.
then dropped to 340, you think it would have been a good call?
What, to do like a 340 call, or what you saying? Like if it goes
All right.
below the monthly level and then retested it and then broke above it, or did it? Which one are you talking about?
No, basically the little purple area. If you could flip it.
Oh,
You
so
can't.
if it came and retested as support and then consolidated and then gap down below 349, it's the same thing.
It still would have been a put.
Yeah, because this is pre-market. You would have
Gotcha,
seen that before the
gotcha.
market even opened up. You would have been like, oh shoot, it's already broken below, solid candle below, 349. It's the same exact thing. It was just gap. It was been a gap in between there.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm
But
thinking about these.
But that's the tricky part about doing puts and calls. Sometimes it's good to wait. That's why, majority of the time, like, it's so easy to show the same example over and over. I swear to God, because I swear it. When I tell y'all that the consolidation trading is definitely during this time is a more of a confirmation than anything, it shows. And I can go back to SPY 1,000 times and show you the same thing. That consolidation in SPY gave us the perfect identity of what a consolidation should look like. How should you trade it? Because it did the same thing perfectly for a long period of time. For about almost 2 weeks. You feel what I'm saying? So boom, there go that long consolidation. This is, this is why I'm keep on trying to push and stress on people. I mean, I don't know if people even understanding me. Like, this is very important. If you didn't know how to make a decision in between here, if you ain't catch the 415 call, went from 407 up to 418, if you didn't know what to do in this area here, your confirmation was when they broke below 407. It's the most easiest way to tell the direction of where things are going. Here go the 407 support. Let me change the color real quick to like, something bright. Here go blue. So boom, it gave us that strong confirmation. And I swear consolidation is to me, my opinion, is the easiest way to figure out how you're going to trade it, especially if it's set up perfectly for you. I mean, this is damn near set up perfect. You couldn't even get no more perfect than that. You had a full consolidation. You had a full resistance, that was holding on to resistance. Really, the resistance didn't start to here. So this is your real consolidation area. It was right there. So from that area right there, you know what I mean? That is your full consolidation right there. Now, I mean, from this all the way over. So what I mean is, once if you notice that this support has been holding up all for 3-4 times as it hit that support, when that happened, that should have been a confident move for us to do, whatever you want to do. super confident move should be coming right there. And I'm saying that, to be real, like, dude, that was a huge opportunity for puts right there. It was so clear. It was so clear. It got no clearer than that. You know what I mean? Now I get it. Boom. You got 389, you got 391, you got all these levels in between. But dude, that long 2-week consolidation was a sign like, dude, whatever way it goes, it's gonna go. Now I mean, and I told y'all that throughout this whole week. Now I mean, I was like, look, man, once it breaks that consolidation direction, then consolidation, that's so simple to trade. Because look what happened. We got a full blast drop off. You feel me? And and to be honest, that don't happen a lot on big time frames. Them long consolidations don't really hit like that on big time frame. When you see them though, that's a sign. You feel what I'm saying? Like the market trying to figure itself out. And then what's up?
So now on the flip side, if it would have held that 107, and then we would have been looking at calls up to 419.
Oh yeah, for sure. If we would have seen it, it would have popped.
Still been in consolidation.
No. So your confirmation, which if you trying to figure out what's your confirmation to get calls from 407? That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I'm saying if it wouldn't have broke below 407, if it just would have like kind of lingered at 407, and then you would have got like a bullish reversal candle.
Right.
Now you're looking at the calls up to like 419,
419, 415, same one. 415 is ideal because we know 415 got hit multiple times. 418 did get touched once, but 415 is the consistency in here. 415 here, 415 here. 415 is that number. So you have to be confident for the $8 move for sure. Now, I mean, to be honest, when we charted out that day and I was saying like, look, man, we can get calls if it hold 410. I was confident in that 410. But once it started breaking below 408, that's when that's the real point. Was it gave us a morning time consolidation, to be real. Now, I mean, I just missed it because obviously I wasn't here. I was doing some stuff, but dude, right here, you feel what I'm saying? That's the real window. You know what I mean? Because it was in that small window of opportunity. That's why I say you can find consolidation on any time frame. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember it was hitting that 408.
Right, it was in that 408 so many times. The confidence of the move should have happened at 408, to be honest. But 407 is the confirmation of like, oh, here we go. You feel what I'm saying? Because it hit 407 so many times. That's what I'm saying. Like on every time frame, no matter what it is, you should be able to notice some type of consolidation, some type of slowdown in price action, something that'll give you confidence of the direction where it's going to go. Now, I mean, that's why I continue to push these charts like that, because the chart's going to tell you before anything else. It is. That's just how it is. Now, I mean, and it told us early, right here at 2 p.m. It told us. And then as soon as 2:45 come, I told y'all I always come back around. What time I told y'all I come and look at the market? 2:30, from 9:30 to about, from 10 o'clock to about 11:30, 11:45, and from 2:30 to the end of the day, the market should be made its decisions already. Look at when the drop came. 2:15, 2:30, 2:45, we below resistance and we're dying. That's why I'm telling you, I don't have to stare at this all day to understand what's going on. It does it it's automatic now. You feel what I'm saying? Like it just does what it does. I mean, the direction of the market, up or down, the decision should be made either in the morning or in the afternoon. Now, I mean, those are your time for day trades or whatever you want to do.
See, my problem with that spot trade, if you go back and show the full consolidation, you say it was 2 weeks worth of consolidation between that zone.
This from 527 all the way over to 6.9.
So my thing is, I probably would have traded it 5 times in between that at them levels.
And we did.
So
if we came in for the morning lives, I told him, I say, bro, get a 4. I said, at 4.7, get a 4.15. When I seen the double bottom, that's when I said that right here. And we traded up and it hit 4.18. And I was like, oh, shoot, it worked. And me and bro was in talking about it. And I was like, look, man, we're going to try it one more time. When it come down to 4.7, let's do it one more time. And it did it one more time. And then literally, this is me being a little bit overzealous. Honestly, I was like, if it hold 410, because I liked the 410 area before, because I told brother that was the same level. It kind of had to break over here. So let's scroll back in history. You know, this is that same, you know, 410 area around this area when it kind of shot itself up. It was like right here. Now I mean, at that candle right there, it's 410.35. That's where the red candle and the green candle meet. Soon as it broke over that 410.35, look what it did. That's why I was saying 410, because I'm going off of what I already done. You feel what I'm saying? I already did it. So I was just like, here go that little area. If it breaks over there, I can do the same trade. Unfortunately, it turns into a consolidation, not an actual move. So here go that same 410, but it kind of faked us out because it kind of broke over and didn't hold. So it kind of didn't hold here, but it came a test. Notice if I delete that, you can see the retest at it at 1 o'clock. You feel what I'm saying? It's retesting the same 410. So it's not like to do the call was a little bit, you know, premature, a little bit early, but it was a good idea because it did the same thing before. I'm just redoing what I did before. Now I mean, but when that thing reversed and it broke below, maneuvering needs to happen. You know your puts was going to hit harder once it got below 407. You know what I mean? And then boom, there you go. It went crazy down. That's what we got.
Yeah, so you said, like, because me, I would have looked at it. I would have looked at it, especially after trading it for 2 weeks.
Right.
I would have looked at it below that number. And of course, since it's already on the red day, the prices were going to be higher rather than having entry above 407, 408.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like,
this was a Thursday, I think. I think the 9th was a Thursday. Yeah, that was a Thursday. So that was a Thursday to Friday swing. Those puts was cheap. And on Friday, that's when the whole gap down situation started happening. It hit bottom at 390. So you could have got a 390 put, of course, because we're trading off the 389. Remember, the support was 389 for the longest. I've been yelling at 389 since way over here. I mean, I'm like, as long as the stock hold above 389, we straight. Then it finally did, it didn't hold below 389 no more. Like it came straight to 389. Then the next day it closed at 389. Then the next week when it opened up at below 380. It gapped down to 380. So, there's nothing else in between now. It was just air. But 389 was the holding point. And when that gap down happened, continuation was bound to happen. Know what I mean? And that's what happened. It retested that same 380 right here. And then boom, it had another full gap down. But this was to see these gaps and all that stuff is difficult to trade. So doing anything with SPY in between here was going to be hard. But again, this was a green day. You feel what I'm saying? When it ran up to that retest. So if you would have been like, oh, I'm automatically get puts, okay, you could have worked that out somehow. On the red day right here, you could have worked that out to get a call. This is the afternoon because it came up from the support at 370 and retested it from right there. So it depends how you're looking at it in the afternoon. If you're coming back around 2:30 and it's super drastically red, it gave you an opportunity on the way up. Now, I mean, the next day it kind of made a move. And if you're looking at it on a green day and it was super green, it gave you that put opportunity the next day. It just did the same thing, opposites. Now, I mean, you could have swung it on both ways, like, and worked out. Honestly, sure, I bought some 4 or 5 July calls when it came down to 370, and it cashed out at 50% because it was so far out. You know what I mean? It just worked. I didn't know it was going to run up to 380, but I was just trusting the chart. I was saying the support held here, more than likely go for the retest. That's how I think. I just see, if it's going to, or that's why I just went through these. I'm like, look, I'm looking for retest. If it do retest, it works. If it don't, it don't. I'm not gonna cry over it. You know what I mean? But that's what you gotta know how to maneuver. You know what I mean? You just gotta know how to maneuver. I'm looking for retests. I'm looking for consolidations. I'm looking for opportunities where I can fit them in because right now it's not giving us a whole lot. But these earnings seasons coming back around, this should give us a whole lot. We should be right back into where we at. And that's strictly charting. You know what I mean? That's straight charting. It's not like, you know what I mean? I'm not leaning on nothing else. I'm leaning on my charts. Because everything happened for a reason in between here. Like you had a call here, put the same day, like make a couple dollars here, grab the put at the retest area, and then boom, we dead. You know what I mean? Like, so now that we're down here, it's the same story. Like, are we gonna break 368? How many people got a 370 call when it hit 364? You know what I mean? Like that was a day trade opportunity. And it hit that multiple times. Look at that, multiple bottoms at 364. That's how you know that level has been pretty solid. But again, if it breaks below that level, we just scroll on down. What we got next? 350. You know what I mean? Just keep it moving. It don't hurt me. Anybody got questions? Well, I appreciate y'all joining, man. Y'all sure y'all ready?